Here we are, back on standard time. And I am out on the West Coast, back home in Hamul, California, hanging out here for a week or so with the old home crew, Mom and my sister and a bunch of family here. So great to be back with the Monday Night Playalong Bluegrass Jam for you. Welcome. Here we are at the Slow Jam, and we have a nice little lineup of songs for you. And I'll just double check on the live streams and we'll get started. We will begin with Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine, Bill Monroe song. Took a bunch of requests. Thank you all for sending those in. There were, I will mention that there were a bunch of requests that I think are good requests, but I just didn't know them, and I didn't have time to learn anything new this over the weekend because I had gigs. So I will consider those requests for next time. Okay, we're live on Facebook. Whenever I see myself in the camera, I realize there's hair I need to fix. All right. Let's see. Are we live on YouTube? Looks like we are good to go on YouTube. Okay. We're live on Facebook. Great. Yeah, I had a couple of fun house concerts back home here just for the family crew. I'm in San Diego this week because I'm being inducted into the San Diego Music Hall of Fame this Friday as a member of the Electric Waste Band, who has been playing Monday nights at Winston's for over 30 years. I was in the band from about 96 till about 2001, 2002. Grateful Dead cover band, the resident Grateful Dead cover band. Bill Walton was a member of the group. And so all members past and present are being inducted into the San Diego Music Hall of Fame, and we'll get to go take part in that Friday night. So that's an honor. And that's the news for the time being. There's going to be a lot more news in the next couple days, as you know, and no matter what, we're all going to be okay. That's my mantra right now. So I thought we could come together and play some music. How about that? All right, Bill Monroe, Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine. This is in the key of G. And simple song, great way to get started. I'll get the click track going here. So it goes like this. So remember, on this session, I'm just a jam leader. I'm giving you an opportunity to practice and play through the songs. It's not necessarily a lesson, right? Like, I'm hoping that you're studying with instructors if you're learning an instrument. I have a course to offer on Artist Works, of course, which I mention every time here. And many of these participants, many of you who are tuned in, are probably in the Flat Picking Academy, and I appreciate you being there. I really enjoy working with students on Artist Works. But anyway, this is just kind of a quick little session where I coach you through the song in case you don't know it, and we jam on it, just the way it would be if you showed up to a bluegrass jam. Some of the songs you know, some of them you don't know, but the patterns are all very similar, and you get used to kind of winging it and learning the songs on the spot. So this is in the key of G, and it goes like this. And I always use the number system where applicable because some instruments are different tunings or different capo positions. So we're in the key of G, and this song uses the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord, the way most of the bluegrass standards do, your 3 primary chords. So this is how I typically run you through it. Key of G, starting on a 1 chord. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. 1 and 5 and a 1. 4 and 4 and 1. And 4 and a 5 and a 1. That's the whole song. And I'll demonstrate how I might kick it off. And remember, a kickoff is just an instrumental introduction. So I might kick the song off this way. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it's your turn. You're going to kick us off on Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine, and I hope you're singing along. I'll take the first break after the chorus, and then after the next verse chorus, I will cue you to take a break. What's a break? That's your solo, right? Okay, here we go. Kick us off on Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine in the key of G. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. You say you're sorry once again, dear. You want me to take you back once more. You say you need a helping hand, dear. But that's what you told me once before. Chorus. Walk softly on this heart of mine, love. Don't treat it mean and so unkind. Let it rest in peace and quiet, love. Walk softly on this heart of mine. I'll play it now. I know that soon you'll find a new love. I feel your heart has turned to stone. But please let me down real easy, for loneliness moves in as you move on. Walk softly on this heart of mine, love. Don't treat it mean and so unkind. Let it rest in peace and quiet, love. Walk softly on this heart of mine. Play. Alright, one more chorus. Walk softly on this heart of mine, love. Don't treat it mean and so unkind. Let it rest in peace and quiet, love. Walk softly on this heart of mine. Walk softly on this heart of mine. Alright, we're off and running. Good old Lonesome Bluegrass song. I think it was the Kentucky Headhunters, right? Did like a big southern rock version of that song. Kind of gave Monroe a little more of a boost in popularity, I think, in the 80s and 90s, whenever that was. Okay, next we have, Mr. Engineer. This was another request. Forgive me, I don't remember who requested each song in particular, But this is a good old song. Jimmy Martin, I believe, is the source for this one. Key of G, it's a waltz, so I will adjust the metronome. We use a metronome just because, you know, we would be okay without it, but it keeps us honest. It keeps me from speeding up on these slow tempos. The slow tempos are actually a challenge for me. So it keeps us from rushing, and it just gives us a common denominator because for me, metronome practice is very important. We really work on our sense of metronomic time, which really helps our internal sense of time when we're away from the metronome playing with others. We can trust each other a lot more on tempo and just know where the tempos are. So I really, I think this is an important part of the play along, is having a metronome going. So here's a 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Key of G. This song goes like this. And a 4 and a 5 and a 1. And a 4 and a 5 and a 1. Guess what's next? Another 4 and a 5 and a 1. What do you think? Another 4 and a 5 and a 1. That's the whole song. 4-5-1, a little 4-51 and 3-4 the whole time. So let's see, I might kick it off like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. This is how I'll count you. I'll count you in 4 full measures, so I'll demonstrate. 1, 2, I'm going to kick it off. 3, 4. So that's how I might kick it off. Now it's your turn. Kick us off here on Mr. Engineer. Reach up and pull the whistle. Key of G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Engineer, reach up and pull the whistle. Let me hear that lonesome sound. For it blends with the feeling that's in me. The one I love has turned me down. First verse. I'm gonna catch me a freight train. Lord, I'm leaving this lonesome town. The one I loved and gave my heart to. For someone else she turned me down. Chorus. Engineer, reach up and pull the whistle. Let me hear that lonesome sound. For it blends with the feeling that's in me. The one I love has turned me down. I'll play. There's 16 cars behind each engine. sound, for it blends with the feeling that's in me. The one I love has turned me down. The one I love has turned me down. Okay, were you able to follow me there? I hope you were. I typically wouldn't do a tag on that, but I could not reach the mute button on time there. Okay, so I put a tag on it so we could do the slowdown, right? That's how that song ends. So just a reminder, this is a tag when I do like this, and when I stick the neck down, that's the end of the song. And in a real jam, you'd see the foot kick for that. Okay. Any other questions or coaching you might need, hit me up in a private message. That's the best way to reach me. Otherwise, I'm just blasting through this so we can try to stay on time. John Henry in the key of G. We'll do one or two more, and then I'll check in on the chats. Make sure you chime in and let me know where you are, how you doing, what you're playing. Any other words of wisdom or encouragement for the group. So John Henry, we're going to play this as an instrumental. Simple song, and this is kind of for those who might not be playing guitar or fiddle or mandolin, like banjo players. I encourage banjo players to come to this because this is a great resource for practicing banjo. So I try not to keep it too fiddly with the instrumentals, though we do a lot of the fiddle tunes, of course. So this is a song that banjo players love to play. Everyone loves John Henry. But we're going to do it as an instrumental, kind of like the Earl Scruggs. Key of G. 1 and 1 and 1 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5. And a 1 and 1 and 1 and a 1. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. 1 and 5 and a 1. And we go through it twice each time, okay? So you take 2 rounds of that, and that's your break. That's your time. So instrumentals, it seems to make more sense if I kick them off. So I'm going to kick it off, play that twice through, then you're going to play it twice through, then I'm going to play it again twice through, and then you'll play it again twice through, and then we'll end it. Here we go. John Henry in the key of G. A 1, 2, I'm gonna kick it off. Cool. Moving right along. Waltz Across Texas. This was another request. Excellent request. I love this song. It really just puts me into this starlit, wide open prairie kind of feeling, which is one of the things I just love about bluegrass. And this isn't like a bluegrass song, it's an old country song, an old Ernest Tubb, Texas Troubadours number. But something about country music, hillbilly music, bluegrass music, it brings me outside. It's where I like to be, you know. Of course, I love being inside. You know, we need shelter and warmth, but I really enjoy the outdoors. And this song just takes me to this beautiful starry night out in Texas, where I could imagine an outdoor dance happening, right? In the key of E. And one, 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and 1, 1 and a 1, 5 and a 5, 5 and 5 and 1. That's the whole song. If I'm kicking it off, now I'm playing this out of open E. This isn't necessarily something that beginning flat pickers do. This question has come up before. But the key of E is a key that I like to play out of. So I'm gonna hang out in this key. There's a couple other E numbers coming up in the set list where I'll be capoed out of C position. This one I'm just in open E, so if you're not familiar with your E major scale, that's just something you can work on to get into this kind of song. But anyway, I'm going to play the melody as best I can to kick off the song. So I'm demonstrating the kickoff. I might do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me try that again. You can make it very simple like that. Just play the straight melody. It's such a beautiful, perfect melody. Utilizing those notes in the 1 chord and the 5/7, the B7 chord. All right, I'm just gonna double check my tuning. How you doing with this time change? You early risers are happy, I know. I'm indifferent to it. This time of year I'm used to it, but I'm just gonna start getting up a little earlier to enjoy the daylight that we have. Okay, here we go. Kick us off on Waltz Across Texas in the key of E. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we dance together, my world's in disguise. It's a fairyland tale that's come true. And when you look at me, dear, with stars in your eyes, I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. across Texas with you, like a storybook ending. I'm lost in your charms, and I could waltz across Texas with you. I got it. My heartaches and troubles are all up and gone the moment you step into view. And with your hand in mine, dear, I can dance all night long, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you, like a storybook ending. I'm lost in your charms, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Play. Play it again. Play it again. Last chorus. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you, like a storybook ending. I'm lost in your charms, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Cool. I realized once I started singing that that's definitely not the key that Ernest Tubb sang the song in. Ernest Tubb had a low voice. So that was a good key for me, but yeah, maybe next time I'll put it into C or D. But anyway, fun to play that in the key of E, and fun to use that melody for everything it's worth, because it's just so good and it fits the chord changes so well on such a simple song. How we doing out there? We got some folks in the chat. So boy, hi Sandy in Bakersfield. Thank you for being here at the top of the list on YouTube as always. I will be at an event that Sandy is helping put on. I'm going to look up the dates here. The Great 48 in Bakersfield. January, I should know this already. It's January 5th through 8th. Am I getting that right? Nope, sorry. January 9th through the 12th. The Great 48, big old jamming festival, kicking off the CBA, California Bluegrass Association calendar year in Bakersfield. So that will be, I don't think I put that on my website yet. Sorry, Sandy. I'm going to put that on the website here shortly, but look at the CBA website for info on that. We'll get together and we'll jam in person. I'll be leading a workshop on jamming and how the guitar relates to it being the heart of the jam. So thank you, Sandy, for having me there. Mike L. some Gatlinburg moonshine and new strings on the old D28. Right on, Mike. Thanks for being here. Gary Bell. Tabs available for the jam music? No, but there's lots of tabs on my Artist Works course for lots of standard songs and tunes. So join me on artistworks.com. Rich Johnson, yay, thank you for being here in Chicago. Dave Schmidt with the D18 and the old K. Right on, Dave. Thank you for being here. And hello, Tyler Ballantyne. Tyler, we work together on Artist Works. Great to see you here. Honor asks, what you picking? This is my 53 Martin D28, the old man. Old Red, I call him. This guitar used to belong to Red Allen. Gerald Henderson is joining from Fort Payne, Alabama, picking on the Yeri DY47. Very cool. And Mobile, Alabama, Line. That's your handle. Cool. I'm going to walk in the line there. Sasha on mandolin in Oakland. Hello, Sasha. Stephen James, 303. Hello. And let's see. MP, always had trouble playing bluegrass. Hopefully this will help you. The slow jam. Cool. All right, the one from Deliverance. Funny you mentioned that. I actually watched Deliverance the other night. My mom and I were looking for a film. And I'd kind of recently checked out a podcast by a man, Payson Kennedy, who started the Nantahala Outdoor Center, and his role in the boating in that film. And I thought, wow, I want to watch this because I know a lot more about how they filmed it and about the rapids they ran on the Chattooga River and things like that. And I'd forgotten what a messed up movie that is. But the boating scenes are really, really cool. Anyway, right, that's a featured number there. Okay, who else? Rosemary Wilnauer playing along in Oregon on the banjo. Very cool. Adventures of Droony and Honey Pot from Atlanta. What up? Cool. Good to see you all. All right, over here on Facebook, we got some folks. Nina. Hello, Nina. Thank you for playing along. Michelle in Edmonds. Very cool. And thanks y'all for the congrats. Yeah. You know, it's going to be a good thing on the resume, being a member of the local the Hall of Fame where I grew up. But I'll talk to them and maybe I'll get in there for my flat picking merits someday. But being a member of the Electric Waste Band is definitely an honor, and that was a big part of my upbringing and how I learned all those Grateful Dead songs that I still know and I still perform. Okay, hello Terry Weller Godwin in North Carolina, I believe. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Hello, Kevin Brugerman with the paradiddles and a 9-stroke roll on some drumsticks. Very cool. Love you too. Thanks for being here. Bill Farmer, hello in the misty Midwest. Colin Burns up late in the UK as usual. And let's see. Jill Davis Barnes in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Thank you, Jill, for being here. And let's see, Steve in Seattle, Washington. Steve Pfister, first time. All right, a first timer. Thanks for being here, Steve. Hope you're enjoying it. And Terry is playing the mandolin. Very good, Terry. You gotta get back into that music. I know we've talked about this, and I hope you're on the path there. Through grief and healing and loss of loved ones, music can be very helpful. All right. So we're going to move along and get into Forked Deer. This was another request. And let's see where it lands. How about, this is the slow tempo jam, so I'm trying to take it easy on everyone. Let's take it a little bit slower. Kind of a busy fiddle tune, but it can be simplified. So I'm going to play this out of C position, as I tend to do with the arrangements that I have of this. I actually had a shoot a few weeks ago scheduled in Florida to add a bunch of tunes to my Artist Works course, including this one. However, they were dealing with the hurricane, so that got postponed. I will go there once they're a little more in the clear and stabilized. I know that some of the crew down there at True Fire and Artist Works in St. Pete, Florida, at least one of them lost his home. Many others had damage, so still thinking about them, of course. Everyone who was affected by the floods in the southeast. But anyhow, this will end up on my Artist Works course, Forked Deer, a real basic version and then some more advanced versions of it. But I did record this on my Up the Neck album. I have a pretty sweet recording, pretty fancy arrangement of it, right? But anyway, that's there to listen to on my website or on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube, wherever you listen to live streaming music. Some of you probably have the CD, Up the Neck, from 2010. So, Forked Deer, the basic changes, the chord changes are in the key of D, 1 and 1 and a 4 and a 4, 1 and 1 and 5 and a 5, 1 and 1 and a 4 and a 4, 1 and a 4 and a 5 and a 1. And that happens 2 times. A section, then another A section. And the B part goes to the 5 chord. 5, 5, 5 and a 5, 5 back to 1 and a 1, 5, 5, 5 and a 5, 1 and a 4 and a 5 and a 1, and then it repeats that. So A, B, B, like a standard fiddle tune. And again, like, I have to go because we don't have a whole lot of time to get through the rest of these songs. You can always come back and check it out again because these videos exist after the live stream, right? So here we go. I'm going to kick us off on Forked Deer. We'll go me all the way through A, A, B, B, then you all the way through A, A, B, B, then me again, and then you again, and then you tag it after that second time through. Here we go. Forked Deer in the key of D. do. Again, if you don't know the tune, you can come back and spend a little more time on it after the broadcast. Okay, Bury Beneath the Willow in the key of E. This was another request. Most of these numbers on this set are requests. We'll keep the tempo about the same, but we'll shift up to the key of E. So I'm going to put this capo on the 4th fret, play C position. That puts me in the key of E, where I can do C position stuff, where I enjoy. Of course, this doesn't apply to mandolin or fiddle. You just know your keys. This would work fine out of open E on guitar, but the way I like to play this and the way that I teach it in my artist work, this song exists in my artist works course, and I teach it out of E position. So I like to keep that consistent because there's certain arrangement stuff that works well. Out of C position. So, Bury Me Beneath the Willow. 1 and 1 and a 4 and 4 and 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and 1 and a 4 and 4 and 1 and 5 and a 1. My kickoff goes something like. Melody strum, a little bit of cross picking, that kind of stuff, just to arrange the melody in a neat way. Okay. Kick us off here on Bury Me Beneath the Willow in the key of E. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. My heart is sad and I am lonely for the only one I love. When shall I see her? Oh no, never, till we meet in heaven above. So bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. I got it. She told me that she dearly loved me. How could I believe it untrue? Until the angel softly whispered, she has proven untrue to you. So bury me beneath the under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. Play. So she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me, and perhaps she'll weep for me. Cool. Skipped a verse there just because we're getting short on time, and there's 2 more songs to go. Here we go. Early Morning Rain, another request. Good old Gordon Lightfoot song. Now I have a particular set of chord changes I do on this that might be a little different than Gordon's. I am in the key of E, same key, but I start on a 3 minor. So out of capo 4, that's an E minor, but the rest of you are playing a G sharp minor. It's just a relative minor of the 5 chord, the B chord. So G sharp minor, it's a 3 minor, 4, 5, 1. Then a 2 minor, which is F sharp minor, 2 of the A, the 4, back to the 1. Same thing again, 2 minor, to the 4, back to the 3 minor, 4, 5, 1. Exactly the same as Gordon, except instead of the 5 chord, in the early morning rain, I go to the 3 minor. In the early morning rain. Same effect, maybe just a little more dramatic. I don't know. I think Tony Rice did that on his version, and that's why I do it that way. So let's see. Let's try it around this tempo. So my kickoff would go something like a 1, 2, 3. Sorry, a 1, 2. Here's how I might kick it off. 2. It has a long pickup note. So let's see. 1, 2, 1. So might as well take it all the way through the form. Just give yourself a chance to take a ride all the way through. Okay, there you go. Give it your best shot. Kick us off on Early Morning Rain in the key of E. 1, 2, 3. In the early morning rain, with $1 in my hand, with an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand. I'm a long ways from home, and I miss my loved ones so. In the early morning rain, with no place to go, I don't run night. Big 707 set to go, and I'm stuck here on the grass with the pain that never goes, where the liquor tasted good and the women all were fast. There she goes, my friend, she's rolling now at last. I got it. Hear the mighty engines roar, see the silver bird on high. She's away and westward bound, high above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall and the sun always. She'll be flying over my home in about 3 hours' time. Play. How's it go? This old airport's got me down. It's no earthly good to me, 'cause I'm stuck here on the ground, cold and drunk as I can be. You can't jump a jet plane like you can an old freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain. Woo! Sorry, I was deep into some reminiscing, inspired by those beautiful chord changes. Sorry, I missed my entrance on the last verse, but I know you followed me. Way to go. That's the way jams are. Travel on the Highway Home. This is usually like the end of the fast jam, but I figured I would include it here for the slow jam, and this is how we'll wrap up our slow tempo set. As always, I very much appreciate the donations. Thank you so much for throwing into the virtual tip jar there. You got the Venmo link and the PayPal link. That's very, very helpful. I do this for you as a resource, but you know, I'm making a living like everybody else, and it's some time and effort. So I do appreciate those who can to pitch in. Key of B, 1 and 1 and 1. One and one and one and one. kickoff might go 1, 2, 3. So that's how you kick it off, and that's where you'll put your breaks on the verse. Okay. So after this, we'll have the mid-tempo jam starting right up pretty much promptly after we finish this song. So come on back for that. It'll come up on a new video. You'll have to refresh your pages. Here we go. Kick us off on Traveling the Highway Home in the key of B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. First verse. Moving toward the sunset of time, I'm traveling the highway home, leaving this world of sin far behind, traveling the highway home. I'm traveling the highway home. I'm traveling the highway home. On narrow the way, thank God I can say I'm traveling the highway home. I got it. Oh, Satan said that I'd never be traveling the highway home. But when I resisted, he had to flee, traveling the highway home. I'm traveling the highway home. I'm traveling the highway home. On narrow the way, thank God I can say I'm traveling the highway home. Play. Sometimes the road seems weary and long, traveling the highway home. But in my heart there's always this song, traveling the highway home. I'm traveling the highway home. I'm traveling the highway home. On narrow the way, thank God I can say I'm traveling the highway home. Oh, narrow the way, thank God I can say I'm traveling the highway home. All right, we got the dog's attention. Okay, I'll close that window for the next set, in case little Olive decides to bark again. Anyway, we're out in the country here in Humboldt, California, and great to be back with you on a Monday night play-along jam. Thank you for picking along. Thank you for spreading the word to your friends. Thank you for the donations. As I said, this will exist on the YouTube and on the Facebook page, as hundreds of other sets exist that we've already done. So thank you all so much. In 7 minutes, we'll be back with the mid-tempo jam. So come on back. We're going to pick up right where we left off, and you got to work on your mid-tempo stuff. So I'll see you there at quarter till. Thanks.